Well, we're turning now to look at the economic impact of this, what is seen as the first step really in space tourism. Cole Stangler is with us to tell us more. Cole, we've seen the wealthiest man on the planet there set to take out into outer space.
Yeah, that's right, Eva. And if the story sounds a bit familiar here, it's because earlier this month, another billionaire also made a quick trip to space. That's Richard Branson. Both men, Branson and Bezos, hoping to tap into a market that they expect to grow over the coming years. People willing to pay large sums of money to be transported into space. According to a recent study, the global suborbital and space tourism market expected to reach some $2.5 billion within a decade, up from $530 million today. It's due in part to the emergence of startups lowering the costs of this very limited sort of space travel firms like Blue Origin or Branson's Virgin Galactic. And of course, there's the demand from extraordinarily wealthy people willing to shoulder the price of these tickets. And now Virgin Galactic's arguably the leader right now. It says it's already sold some 600 tickets to space with regular flights starting next year. Blue Origin, for its part, hasn't given as many details. It says it has 2 more flights planned this year and, quote, many more next year.
Sizable growth figures when you look at those, Cole. It's not just space tourism, though, fueling the growth of those companies like Blue Origin. There are some bigger ambitions, possibly bigger markets even to conquer.
Yeah, Bezos has said he ultimately wants Blue Origin to play a role in colonizing space, building infrastructure for humans on the moon and mining asteroids. Other big player in the field is SpaceX. Its CEO Elon Musk also wants to colonize space, though he thinks it should be Mars, not the moon. Now, however seriously one chooses to take all this, both firms are unquestionably playing a bigger role in space travel today. Basically, they're filling roles that used to be filled by the U.S. government, dominated by the U.S. government, and they're raking in billions of dollars in contracts in the process. Just one example, Musk and Bezos right now are fighting over a deal to build a lander for a return to the moon in 2024. But there's actually an even bigger market up for grabs here. The bank Morgan Stanley estimates what it calls, quote, the global space industry could triple in value by 2040, reaching over $1 trillion then. Now, it doesn't expect this to come from colonizing other planets, but from something that's actually a lot more simple, satellite broadband internet access, something that could generate up to 70% of the industry's total growth. There's going to be growing demand for data, for web services, and also an ability to lower costs through various innovations in tech and transport. And so, Eva, it's something maybe worth keeping in mind here as the space race continues to heat up, maybe not as romantic as space travel, but satellites are where a lot of the money's at.
Yeah, and seeing it more and more, it's companies rather than countries vying for that space race. Cole Stangler, thanks indeed for that.